Hello everybody, it's Jeff Eichen here with Weed Weedsday on 420. We're so beautifully, incredibly, ecstatically surprised to see you. And actually not surprised to see you, but to greet you on 420 is really a great surprise. To please be incredibly open to ending prohibition through film, through word of mouth, and through action. So find your core values, everybody, and get with it. Just end prohibition. We had some beautiful people on today, and this is my edit, and we're going to Roku, and we're going to help to end prohibition. And Jack Herer, like terrors, his book, Emperors Wear No Clothes, we're going to make his dream come true or assist that in this time of people saying, oh, well, you're not going to make it. Biden is blah, blah, blah. So welcome to our show.
Here at the University of Colorado.
Good morning, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen here, and we are going to have a great Weed Weedsday today, and I'm so happy and proud that we are going to have freedom of choice finally in our hearts, our minds, and on 420 especially. And how did this magazine get incredibly weeded? And so now we have freedom of choice and even Devo. So HempFest was this weekend, and it was really great, and I'm really excited that we have hemp paper. Let's use it. Come on, everybody. It's important. I mean, come on. That document is on hemp paper. So Hemp Hooray, have a great show today, and I'll see you in the metaverse.
More than 80 years after America ended one type of prohibition, it's ending another. The majority of people now live in a state where cannabis is legal. As a multi-billion-dollar industry rises, our country is at a crossroads.
Cannabis is genuinely one of the most fascinating discussion topics I've ever seen because of how emotionally polarizing it is amongst people. And it's very strange because the entire field of cannabis science is very poorly developed. There's not been a lot of research, and there's a lot of things that we don't understand. And yet, what we have in society is groups of people that very fervently believe it is this panacea that can cure any disease that exists, or it's the devil's grass and it's going to cause the downfall of society. Not recognizing that the reality of cannabis is somewhere in the middle.
It is not free. Incredible Hemp Hooray. So thank you so much, everybody. Got a jingle, everybody. It's 420. What the heck, everybody? And those are the whales. The Whale Foundation allowed us to use that. So look at my new poster, everybody. We were at HempFest this weekend, and they had a 4Plenty fundraiser. Support HempFest, everybody. That's where I learned so much, and a lot of people go, and we're going to be talking about their NFT project that they're going to do with their posters, and we're going to blow that up and raise enough money to go back to Myrtle Park and have 100 or 200,000 people over the weekend talk about what we love and end prohibition. So I took one of my photographs that I'm holding there on stage, and we auctioned it off, and we got more than $500. And I think we have an auction winner here on stage today. And we started the auction at 420. So the idea is to support HempFest, support the Can Do Clemency. That's Amy Pova. She's going to show us some of her film today. I'm going to pull that up. Bear with me with technology, everybody. Who the heck cares? It's my show. And let's end prohibition now. Happy freaking 420, everybody. And what do we have here? We have a DJ horn. And I'm going to get us back on the bus and introduce everybody. So hello, everybody. Jeff Eichen here with Weed Weedsday. We have Crypto Cannabis in the house. We have Trey. We have Natasha. We have Brecky. Is that how I pronounce your name, Brecky? Brecky, well.
Yeah, it's Becky with an R, just like you said, Brecky. Correct.
Love you, Brecky. Okay, you can come in when you do. We have Amy Pova. Amy was on the inside. She'll be a confirmation that being free is so important, so beautiful, and so like unbelievably. If you go to empathy class like I do, my empathy class, you learn that we can't fix everybody, but we can have empathy for you. I can't imagine, except for I was on the inside once, but only overnight, and I learned a lot. So, and they took my pipe, that I had forever. But you know what? They didn't take my I don't see my other one, but they did. Oh, here it is. They didn't take my walrus pipe, and that's my walrus pipe, and I've had that pipe for maybe 40 years, and it's handmade from the Oregon Country Fair people family, and I love that baby. It really blows good, and so let's all be in this together and talk about 420 today, where it came from, the history of 420. Amy's going to give us a little bit from her movie, and so you know what? Why don't we start with Amy? Amy, congratulations on navigating your family stuff and traveling the globe, the country, having love in your life, and tell us a little bit about who you are, what it was like to be on the inside and being out now, and give us your thoughts on celebrating 420, or are you sad because it's still people are in jail? Hello, Amy.
Hi, thank you, Jeff, and everybody. Happy 420. This is a blessed day. Well, it's a combination of both. I'm happy that my own personal misery was there was an intervention by President Clinton who granted my clemency on July 7th, 2000. So I've been out, 22 years almost. And one thing that you realize, I had served 9 years on a 24-year sentence for MDMA. You learn a lot when you're in there, particularly why we're there. It's mostly for the slave labor market, because they have you go through orientation and you get this guy who comes in there and is all pumped up saying that, hey, if you'll come to work at Unicor, we're going to start you off at 23 cents an hour. And if you work real hard, you can work your way up to $1, maybe 12 an hour. And you'll even get a little bit of vacation pay, like not vacation pay, but like maybe, a few days off for vacation. So that's when the light bulb went off for me. I met so many women who were in there for doing far less than what I did. I ran around and collected bail money. My estranged husband was incarcerated in Germany. And without going into a lot of details, after 9 years, when President Clinton commuted my sentence, I came out, and very quickly you realize you can't go back to the person you were. None of us can, just in life, but it's a lot of trauma and realizing how many people you left behind. And so I devoted myself to trying to help other people get clemency. Haven't stopped doing that for 20 years. I actually got my roommate out before Clinton left office. I wrote her petition, and I communicated with some of the people at the Clinton staff at the White House, because 2 senators from Arkansas were instrumental in getting me out. Then, when I wasn't making much headway with clemency, I decided to do a documentary on the drug war. And before long, I realized that I wanted to focus on cannabis. And I wasn't very well versed in the whole, all the medical benefits, and learned a lot. And I learned about 420 events. So I started going to 420 events in Boulder, Colorado, and San Francisco, and Denver, of course, and we filmed quite a bit of 420 footage. And we would ask the students, do you know why is this called 420? And most of them, 90% of them didn't know. They had no clue. They were like, well, it's the chemical, it's what the cops use for code when there's a pot bust and all this stuff. So we thought that was kind of comical and blended it into the documentary. And then we interviewed Stephen Hager from High Times, who revealed the true origins of 420. And we'll just let you take it from there. But I am very sad that there's still people in prison. We were able to get, Peter. Here's Pete Marino, who's doing Life, and Lance Glore, who had COVID, and he's got COVID-19 long haul in prison. Donald Fugate and Luke Scarmazzo, everybody probably knows about, referenced in the New York Post yesterday. Stephen Nelson did a big article about why hasn't Biden set all the cannabis people free. And so we got quotes from those individuals that was in there. And I don't want to hold up because you got so many wonderful guests that are waiting to chime in and talk about 420. So this first link I gave you is just the trailer. I think the trailer is the best thing rather than trying to, but it's free on Tubi right now. I got to admit, I made a nice chunk of money on this documentary. It's gone through all the Hulu and Amazon platforms. And now, it's probably limping along on its last leg because it's been out quite a while. But if why
don't we say thank you for all your time invested on the inside and coming out with stories to inspire people not to ever go in and to be smart these days and to help us end the war on people.
Great idea.
It is not Christmas, it is not Thanksgiving, it is April 20th, and to most people that means nothing. But here at the University of Colorado, it's time to smoke pot!
I leaned the door, popped a chain, and we arrested these 4 college kids.
I was studying physics, I was studying math, and getting straight A's in all my classes.
This is the generation that grew up listening to the DARE program.
Nike SB Skunks.
So Nike made these shoes just for 420?
We've taken strong steps to do something about this horror.
And what does 420 mean? Do you have any idea why the significance of 420?
I don't know how this day was chosen.
Nobody knows the real story.
I've heard it's a police code when there's like a drug bust.
I went on ABC News and told the real story, and that still didn't really, people wouldn't accept it.
We need more prisons, more jails, more courts, more prosecutors.
Nearly 1,000 young folks went to jail as a direct result of what I did out there as one undercover agent.
Just on the basis of the odor of marijuana coming from a college dorm or from an apartment, kick in the door.
Struggle goes on. It's sad that today could have been a day of celebration. It has to be a day of protest and continue fighting our own government.
Roughly 90% of all the marijuana arrests that occur in this country are for possession and use only.
When government starts doing something, the answer is always to drink more from the same well that made you sick.
Wow, everybody, that is phenomenal, and we are going to give that a applause here. Screen here, and back to Amy. Amy, what an incredible journey that has been. I know you have considered doing new films and other projects to help us to get to the White House and end prohibition. On 420 today, Amy, what's your dream?
Well, of course, that all pot prisoners be released from prison. It's kind of salt in the open wound for everyone who's sitting in a prison cell right now while other people are smoking and celebrating. So sorry. Anyway, that's my dream.
Well, all I know is my sister called me one day. She was on the Tommy Chong show, and she said, when somebody cries, that's good TV. So we love you madly and gladly, and happy 420, Amy, and thank you for that wonderful project.
Speaking of which, I may have to jump off a little bit early, because I have to call somebody who has a pot lifer in prison, because we have a scheduled call today. But anyway, go ahead.
Love you so much, and we'll get into some trouble, and we'll see you on stage, and we'll see you at the golf tournament, and we'll see you in the NFT space, and we're going to talk to some people that are navigating one of the most incredible NFT spaces now to help to raise some money for my relief program, and Amy's going to help us with that, and we're going to get on stage with 42,000 people at the Oakland Coliseum one day soon after we raise the money to purchase that day. And we'll get Snoop and Willie and Melissa Etheridge and you to come to that concert. And every ticket's going to be an NFT, and the money's going to go definitely to our prisoners. So everybody, give a round of applause for Amy one more time. Amy, you're fantastic, and my sweetest co-host. And you're welcome any freaking time on our show. And I will give you a glockenspiel. Okay, so love you, Amy. And next up we have, let's bounce around a little bit. Let's say hello to Trey. And Trey, we're going to put you on to the front cover here. And Amy, we're not going bye-bye. We're just going to get on to Trey here. And Trey, tell us who you are. What's your dream for 420?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, welcome. This is our first meeting, and tell us a little bit about the Cannabis Alliance or Bioscience or whatever is behind your head. There you go. Tell us all about what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Sure.
And your dream for 420. Your dream for 420.
Thanks. So my name is Trey Reckling. We founded Academy of Cannabis Science in 2015, and we're partnered exclusively with accredited universities. So we work with Seattle Central, South Seattle College, Highline College, UNLV, talking to some East Coast schools right now as well. And we've had the pleasure of training thousands of people who want to enter this industry, as well as patients, patient providers in those last 7+ years. And it's been a pleasure, and we're grateful to be in this space. And my dream for 420 is really focusing on patients. And focusing on prisoners rather. Patients are important, but just the fact that people are making life savings, other people are serving life sentences is the real crime here. So just making sure that, like you all have already talked about, that our focus stays on that, and people don't get too wrapped up in the hype and the green wave, so to speak, and forget all those people sitting waiting.
Right, people, what is your legacy? What is our legacy? And what is your legacy?
What is my legacy?
Yeah.
We're trying to do some work in this space. We've partnered with the Last Prisoner Project, and so we work on working with their constituents who are getting out of jail, and we offer them scholarships to help get them ready for jobs, help them be successful in the market, bring their transferable skills into professional positions. And so that's one of the ways we're trying to do that work. We're working with a number of organizations, but that's kind of really one of our main partners in that space right now.
Well, welcome to the Relief Project with Ramaste Productions, with Amy Candu, with the Crypto Cannabis Kings. My team is now your team. We welcome you. Everybody that gets on my little Hollywood squares here is invited to all my events and to help us to end prohibition. Whether we are a toker, or we are an NFT, or we are, the Kardashians. Whoever is going to get us to the White House, we're closer than ever. It's still a freaking mess. And on 420, everybody, 420, I want everybody to remember that's our new peace sign, and that's weed. And don't do that, because that's V13 from LA. That's gangy. So hold it forwards. Be responsible. And Trey, it's so great to meet you and to meet an elder that is working on helping to end prohibition.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Trey. And next off, we're gonna bounce around here. Sun Sing, hey.
How y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day.
Sun Sing is my good buddy here in Port Townsend, Washington. We're embedding information onto JPEGs, and we're going to make that a source of income for the prisoners also through our projects together. And tell us your dream for 420, Sun Sing.
Well, I've been a chronic pot smoker most of my life. I use it mostly medically now. I don't really smoke to get stoned. I've had a lot of friends in and out of the system because of it, and I really am a proponent of this, what we're doing here. I think it's absolutely time. And, a lot of people think 420 is just time to party and whatnot. I think it's really time to respect the prisoners and respect people who lost their freedom over trying to get this something that should be never been illegal in the first place.
Hear your music. Tell us about your music projects.
So, I've got a whole bunch of albums out. I'm working on my 13th one by accident, but I do a lot of, reggae and positive, constructive, pro-cannabis music. You go to my website, sunsingstar.com, but also, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, et cetera, just Sun Sing Star. I'm building
looking forward to being on stage with us.
I'm looking forward to it, baby. I've got all sorts of stuff to do there. You betcha.
You betcha. Well, Sun Sing, we love you so much. We're going to keep rolling here and bring on our lovely Natasha. Natasha, tell us a little bit about your dream on 420. Unmute yourself, Natasha. There you are. Natasha, unmute yourself. Hello, everybody. Natasha will be back next week. Her bandwidth was really weak, but she's a beautiful soul working with the Canna nurses. And so there's a little space for everybody in the space. Find what direction you want to go with your core values and then follow that, whether it's CBD or THC or hemp clothing or building materials. Let's get the job done. And thank you, Natasha, for all you do and for coming in and visiting with us often. Okay, we'll hear from Natasha soon and her 420 dream. Eric Boone, why don't you come in, Eric, and give us are you with us or with the kids, Eric? Are you still with us, Eric?
Yeah, I'm here for a little bit. Hey, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to be on here and say hey to everyone. Happy to.
Tell us about 420, 4Plenty. Tell us about 4Plenty.
Yeah. So I'm with Seattle Hempfest Organizing Committee, and we had a really successful event on Sunday with regard to our it was like our pre-420 fundraiser, 4Plenty on April 17th, and it was down at the Crocodile, famous grunge, old grunge music venue. Just had a fantastic time. This was the new Crocodile, but a bunch of people showed up, showed great support for Hempfest, and we were also happy to give to everyone who attended or purchased a ticket the first ever Hempfest NFT. We made a proof of attendance POAP for it. So it was really popular. Everyone was pretty happy, or most of the people were pretty happy with the NFT. A lot of people were still.
Are they still available? Can somebody still get a Hempfest POAP?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to, they were contingent on really attending the show. But if you want to make a small contribution to the Hempfest fund, the link is on our website, and hit me up, and I'll definitely drop a commemorative POAP in your box. The only thing is they do expire in a couple weeks, so act now, because any code that isn't redeemed by I think it's 1 month from the event, so May 17th. Those
so people should go to hempfest.org
into Etherland, never to.
People should go to hempfest.org to get a POAP, to get an NFT. I think that's what we're getting from Eric. So thank you so much, Eric. And Eric,
yeah, that's correct.
Eric is possibly talking about. Eric is talking definitely about. There's your little boy. Hi, little man. How old's your little man?
He's 2. He turns 3 in a month.
Oh, great. What's his name?
Kieran.
Darren?
Kieran.
Oh, hi, Kieran.
Like the Irish name.
Hi, Kieran. It's Uncle Jeff. Uncle Jeff says Hemp and Parade. Start you off early, but don't smoke till you're of age. So you can use hemp salve, to heal your boo-boos. But thank you so much, Eric, for introducing us to the Crypto Cannabis Club. Let's get right in with the Crypto Cannabis Club and bring them up while you're here. We'll bring everybody up on screen and have a little party here because we can. And I'm going to say, hey. So now we've got, let's see, we're going to get our Crypto Cannabis Club up here. Tell us, let's see, Eric, are you still with us, Eric? Okay, Crypto Cannabis Club. Tell us a little bit about.
Yeah, I'm here. Who'd you?
Introduce your buddies. Introduce your buddies.
Yeah, we've got the Washington State Crypto Cannabis Club president Clint is on the line. We've got our merchandising guru Kevin, and then our web guru Brecky have joined us today that I know of. I don't see any of our other crew join, but I know those 3 are here. So I can't wait for you to talk to all of them.
So tell us what an NFT is, Kevin. Tell us exactly, or no, let's go start with Clint. Clint, tell us what an NFT is.
Well, NFT stands for non-fungible token, and if you can think of it as a digital asset, basically. So if you don't know of any of your kids that have played like Minecraft or Fortnite or Call of Duty, and they pay a couple bucks, V-Bucks or Nintendo skin, whatever the currency is at the time, and they pay for those skins and guns and attributes, right? Well, those can be basically or what NFTs are. They're digital assets. So what makes the stuff that we work with so special is that they have what's called a smart contract, and it's underlined in these NFTs, and that kind of directs the traffic of what happens, right? It's where all the magic happens. So it's too much to get into right now, but that's the basics of what an NFT is. It's a digital asset, and it's based off of cryptocurrency right now.
And tell us about crypto cannabis. Tell us about the tokers.
Well, the Crypto Cannabis Club is a 10,000 piece profile pic or PFP project, and I got interested into it a few months back, 6 months ago or so. And it interested me because it had crypto and cannabis, right? And couple things that I'm interested in, and I just started watching it and getting involved. And the next thing you know, they asked us if we wanted to start a state chapter, and here we are. Lo and behold, we're in Washington State. We've got a chapter, and we've kind of partnered up with HempFest a little bit, and we're seeing we're going to collaborate together and see how strong we can be and how far we can go. We've got lots of big ambitions.
And are there any tokers still available? Or do we have to buy them on the remarket?
Well, so the original mint, what they call, right, which mint is in the beginning where the NFTs are created, basically, that has been done for a long, long time. They're on the secondary market. There's a couple different places you can go to, but the big one is...
You see mine on my poster?
I do. He's a beautiful toker. He's great. He looks really smart.
Hey.
I like it.
So that's really an incredible thing. How about aligning with the Can Do Clemency, Jeff Eikens, Weed Weedsday, and Ramaste Relief Project, and helping me with my non-fungible weed token drop I'm going to do with your help. Are you excited?
Yeah, I think that's great, Jeff. We have a whole team put together here. Like you said, Kevin takes care of our merchandising, and Brecky, who's down there somewhere on the bottom, she takes care of a lot of our development type stuff. She's actually in Canada right now at another NFT show. She was down in California last week, and now she's in Alberta, Canada this week. So she's getting around. And then we have another guy that's not here right now. Aaron is our programmer. And then we have Eric. Eric is he's kind of our all around guru. Eric, he introduced us to you. So, and he also helped get us in the door at HempFest with their 420. So,
and
he's a great man.
About this piece here, what happened on 420 night?
Well, I'm going to, I don't know the whole story on that, but I kind of heard from a little birdie that maybe my buddy Kevin over there has an idea about it. So let me let Kevin, I'll defer to Kevin on that one. Thanks.
Okay, Kevin, welcome aboard, Kevin. We're so glad we're in the Northwest together, and we're going to get into some trouble. And tell us about the auction.
Yeah, well, I whispered to my wife, what's my limit? She said 200, and I don't know, the moment called for more. So I eyeballed that as soon as I saw it, and had to have it. So lots of overtime.
The last sesh there, baby, and we're glad that you own that piece, and we'll figure out what to do with it later in the metaverse with the smart contract. And welcome aboard the team, Kev, and tell us your dream for 420 and the prisoners.
My dream is well, I mean, obviously I've had family that's been affected by it, is to free the prisoners. I've had cousins that have spent years in prison for cannabis alone. It's ridiculous that somebody should lose that large of a chunk of their life for a plant that causes less harm than any other, substance we can buy out of a grocery store. Yeah, and to end the social prison, the stigma out in the world that we're nothing but lazy, non-productive, sores on society.
And to do it globally, right? So we started here, and then we get it to global. I mean, Portugal is incredible, and Uruguay, Mexico's coming loose, and nobody should be. Which country is it that kills you? Isn't that like the Philippines or somewhere?
China.
Malaysia and Thailand both.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And look, Jesus picked up the bong. I mean, come on. Is that in the Bible? So I'm glad that you supported my art and through the auction and help with HempFest. We're going to be back on HempFest Live maybe in 2023. It cost a lot to put that event on, just like me trying to get Snoop to do the Oakland Coliseum. But when I called the Oakland Coliseum, they said Snoop sold out in 2019, and then we got COVID. So once a year, let's all get together and do a concert with Snoop or somebody new each time. Get some young music people involved. Get the children to know that they're going to put their foot down and not stop until all our prisoners are home. Happy 420.
For sure. Happy 420.
Yeah,
I totally agree. I just had a fun fact of the day real quick. My wife had her baby on 420, and that was 39 years ago. And now he's a medical marijuana grower here in Washington State. So
what the heck? That is so beautiful, Sunsing. That is so beautiful.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, I mean, today is our day to in Judaism they in Yiddish they say kavel. So we're going to cavell for 420 now. We're cavelling that that it's okay to smell it, but don't drive high Everybody keep your tail lights clean, and if you're coming from a dispensary, I want you to have everything in the glove compartment or in your trunk, because if you're coming from a dispensary in Washington State, when the cop came over and he said, "Smells pretty dank in your car, man." He pulled me over for whatever, a stop sign or something here in our town. And I said, "What are the rules?" I completely just changed the subject. I said, "What are the rules in Washington State?" And he says, "You can do this and you can do that. If it's sealed from the store, you can have it in the front seat. But when we had the Pop Brothers, attorneys at law, they said, shut the fuck up." And that's on the back of all their business cards. That's their advice when the cops pull you over. So that's all I know, everybody. It's 420. Thank you, Mark, for making children that are going to town and supporting us. And thank you, Crypto Cannabis Club, for helping us do our drop. Let's do our drop like on 520 or 620 or 720 and make enough money to help do my next film and to give the prisoners a relief fund. I'm working on my 501c3, so I don't have to be beholden to other humans, but I don't mind partnershiping along the road. The thing that I love about my community here is that we're so articulate, and we've been that way since the early days when I was with Jack Harrer in Los Angeles on Wilshire Boulevard every freaking month. And everybody got on stage. They were articulate. They knew what they knew. They knew the plant was medicine, paper, fiber, fuel, and food. And now it's hempcrete for building. And so let's end prohibition together, everybody. Happy 420. So there we go.
1,000%.
There we go. Thank you, Kevin. Any final words, Kevin?
No, happy 420. Let's make it happen. I mean, I want to have that level of funding that will allow us to just move mountains in this prohibition.
Would everybody be excited if we did a 1 million person march to the White House? Come on, don't all say yay at the same time.
Oh, I'd definitely be part of that.
I'd be there. Most of my family.
You know, because it's about making noise. When I helped Jeff Mazansky to make it louder for Governor Nixon at the time in Missouri, he got 300,000 signatures. I went into the prison. The PR warden let me in, and the guy that was checking me in, and my cameras, and I couldn't wear a hat and all this stuff, you know. He's a big boy, and his name was Bear Claw, BEARCLAUGH. And I said, I'm from Native Country, and I get the guy that's checking me in to see Jeff Mazansky in 2015. His name was Bear Claw, so it was kind of a spiritual moment for me. So Bear Claw let me in for 1 hour, and in an hour and a half, he was behind the glass saying, "Keep going, Jeffrey, keep going. You're doing a great job." So they know it's wrong. And Tommy Chong, who's on my show periodically, said to the government, "The pot is already in the pipe. You can't take it out. We're ready. We're ready to end prohibition." So on 420, everybody, let's say, hey, Vicky, do you have anything to say? Say hello, Vicky. Vicky is doing bingo, and Vicky's going to come in for a second.
I can't really say anything. I'm just going to say hi and be real quiet because I've got to shit, but next time.
Okay. Vicky and I are going to Bud Tenders, everybody, in Las Vegas, and we're going to walk the floor and get sponsors for our Jack Hare golf tournament. And it's not a memorial. It's for funds for the Relief Project to give to the families and to the next movie that I'm doing for the families. We're going to get together and film all the families. And Amy, we want you right there next to us, and we're going to snuggle into the White House one of these days. But, you know, Amy, come on back on. Do we have any momentum?
Are you talking about with the White House?
Just period. I mean, I know that I had people on last week that burst our bubble about the CARES Act and all of these things. It's not going to go through the Senate and blah blah blah. But tell us your take on 420.
You mean the MORE Act?
The MORE Act, yeah, the MORE Act.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you know and the people out around Weed Weedsday world that are watching us as education or education?
Well, I believe that President Biden is eventually going to honor his campaign promise. I think a lot of us are frustrated that it's not a top priority, because if you can't find mercy in your heart during a historic pandemic, which is still raging through the prison system. I was talking to Tracy Glore Pike the other day, and she suffers from such incredible depression because Lance's symptoms from COVID have morphed into a horrible sinus condition that has spread to his face and his eyes and his ears. And the doctor at the prison said that he may have to have surgery, which they can't give him. It's
there's no compassionate release for the young man?
Well, I think they've tried that, but I think it's probably time to try again, given his situation. But the administration said that they were going to give clemency to all the people who are out on CARES Act if they only had 4 years or left. And for people who don't know, the CARES Act home confinement prong is for people who are in prison who suffer medical conditions and they were released during COVID so that they could serve out the rest of their time on an ankle monitor. So they're still under BOP custody. They had to have already served 50% of their time. And can you believe the people who really deserved it the most, which are cannabis prisoners? Most of them were denied, including Donald Fugate, Lance, several others that we know. Craig Cecil got out on the CARES Act and then ultimately got clemency from President Trump. But it's, I think that we're all a little bit, not a little bit, but very frustrated that they can't find their center. And their center should be that people serving time for cannabis, if you used it as a campaign promise to get votes and to get elected, then it should be a top priority. He made it a top priority to reverse and sign a lot of things into, law his first month. And yet this particular campaign promise just continues to be what I consider a political football, because the Department of Justice is probably pushing back. And we have to remove the Department of Justice and prosecutors and that whole world from having a say in who really deserves mercy, who deserves clemency, who should be allowed out on CARES Act. But you have to understand, it's a huge cash cow. Those forfeitures and the funding that DEA, DOJ, all of them get for marijuana, even though the public has moved on, it's legal recreationally in numerous states, as all of you know, is just pathetic and sad.
But the taxation should balance that out. I mean, that what don't they get?
Yeah, well, yeah. Money is usually at the root of all evil. So I'll just leave it at that.
Logic is not driving them. It's like she was saying, money is. I mean, yeah. I just went down. My dad passed away back in October, and I just went down to Wyoming, which has one of the strictest laws on cannabis, and yet I saw signs all over for THC 8, hemp-derived cannabis, or hemp-derived THC, and it just made no sense to me. I was like, what are we doing?
The Delta 8?
Yeah, the Delta 8.
Yeah, I like that myself.
I'm firmly convinced that it's a very corrupt system, and if the corruption is exposed at the top levels of government, how corrupt the whole thing is, it'll be fairly obvious what the next step is going to be, and I'll just let it sit at that.
I'm speechless for the first time on 420, everybody. It's 420. This is Weed Weedsday, everybody. We've had a great show today, and I think that this conversation needs to be heard by the people in charge.
Well, Jeffrey, let's give a plug to you. You did The Lifers, the documentary The Lifers, and thank you for your time and energy and devotion. That's right. You have contributed a lot to the cause of trying to end the incarceration of pot prisoners. And I think with all of our voices together, I really think it has a chance, but it's going to take everybody putting all their weight into this. So we're all one big family. And thank you, Jeff. I just want to say happy 420 because we've made it a little heavy. Let's sort of lighten up and say a prayer for our wonderful, I call them soldiers who are kind of bleeding out on the front line. But I also want everybody to be safe, be happy, and celebrate this day that has come to be associated with what should be the freedom of cannabis and the freedom of people who have a choice to use it or sell it or whatever they want to do.
Well, everybody, it's really great to have you all here on 420. I mean, it's freaking 420, today, and that's a beautiful moment in time for us to reflect, for us to remember, and don't forget that our job is not done. Everybody, this has gone on too long, and everything that Amy said, everything that Trey has said, everything Eric and Alex and Kevin and even Vicky, and Mark, we have totally, we're the farmy, we're the new green farmy, and it's important, no matter what color your skin is, what color your bank account is, to support ending prohibition. It's not just about the prisoners, it's the big boy. I mean, when this hempcrete, my father would be amazed because he was dealing with lightweight concrete and Bucky Fuller technology in Mexico. He moved to Mexico for 30 years, my father, and I visited him all the time so he could build properly in Mexico. He couldn't do it in America. So let's change it, everybody. Let's follow Amy's advice, and whether we need to get in slowly or we cloak ourselves. Abby Hoffman wrote a book called Steal This Book, and it was about not paying taxes. So figure out what, everybody, listen to me, figure out what slice and what piece you can do to help to end prohibition. Get in touch with me. I've got my 3 pet events, the golf tournament, the 42,000 NFT concert, and with Willie and Snoop. And let's get Willie before Willie goes to heaven, and also Tommy. They're all in their 80s. And let's celebrate, raise the awareness through film and through loudness, getting louder. That's how we got our prisoners home, with all of the letters that they've been sending through the mail to the senators. Do your thing. Amy, can people go to your site and find letters that they can sign to go to send to the White House?
Freedom Grow, who is like wonderful and amazing, Stephanie Landa, Kristen Floor, and all of them, they kind of do the signing of the letters. We have people on the website in a pot prisoner category and all of that. But
is it freedomgrow.com?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
and I know they have a clubhouse and you can connect with them. Randy Lanier, it's amazing. He was a pot lifer who's on their board. They're doing amazing stuff in that category. We focus on getting the petitions, to the Office of the Pardon Attorney. And we have a new pardon attorney. Yay. Supposed to hear more from her real soon.
Let's bring her on one day.
You can go to candoclemency.com and check out. We've got a new website that's about to launch. Our website is a little behind the times, but thank you for asking. And I just want to say happy 420 to everybody. Somebody who used to work at the Office of the Pardon Attorney wants to hop on a call with me now to talk about the new pardon attorney. So namaste, everybody.
We love you.
Hey. Smoke safe.
Amy, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. I love crypto cannabis.
Thank
You guys
you.
are the bomb.
We'd love to talk again.
The bong.
Love the topic. Love to talk again. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Amy, we love you. We love our Amy there, everybody, and we'll go around the horn one more time and just really say any final words, Mark.
Well, yeah. Let's see. I'm really glad to be part of this group. It seems like we've got a lot of forward motion right now. We're moving pretty well in a lot of different directions. Like you said, we just got to keep that up. We got to keep pushing the buttons, keep driving it, keep that words going. We need to keep it on the main forum because, there's a lot more articles coming out about the pressure on the pot shops, whatnot, to go through cashless system or something like that. Federal government trying to regulate it or accept that. And that's going to make it a little bit safer for the people who are on the front lines in pot shops too. But, there's a lot of different angles we got to approach at this. And the biggest thing is that we need to make a clear distinction between the use of cannabis and the use of other drugs such as fentanyl, heroin, et cetera, meth. So they're totally nothing different. There's nothing the same about it. And we have to stop thinking that way about cannabis. And so however we can remove that stigma, like she was saying, is very important.
It's so beautiful to have you on board, brother. I'll see you anytime, all the time, every day, all day. And you know where the motorhome is, baby. By the way, everybody, Mark lives in my state, in my town, and he plays music on the at the Saturday market. And Kevin?
Definitely. In Prohibition, I believe this is I don't join groups very often, subscribe to groups very often at all. But this one called to me because the power of positive movement within the NFT space for the Crypto Cannabis Club and for a lot of other NFT projects, they're able to do a lot of good philanthropy with crypto and with these projects. And I'm seeing it left and right. And I saw the hope in this one. I've been personally affected by people in my family that have been incarcerated because of this. So, I really believe we're in a position now where we can make our chapter successful at making a change in prohibition and many other things. We're looking at, other ways to help our community locally also.
Well, we're so proud of you for jumping on board and for helping us say hemp hemp hooray, everybody, and that we are going to make Jack's dream come true. Everybody know who I'm talking about when I say Jack? Yeah, that ain't Jack, everybody. That is Jack. And Jack Hare, the most incredible soul in the movement, was my buddy, and we got in trouble together. And I was at every rally with him in the 80s and the 90s. And God bless Jack and his son. And we're going to be doing a golf tournament, everybody, together. And Mark's going to be there playing some music. Everyone's going to be there. The crypto cannabis people are going to be there. Maybe we'll get because we're going to be on the coast in California, maybe we'll get some Bored Ape yachts there. A yacht. Or maybe we'll have our own yacht by then, a crypto cannabis yacht. But it's not about the stuff. It's about any prohibition. And so, Alex, final words?
I just want to say thank you for having us on. I'd like just to thank God for this beautiful plant and what He's done to give us all the goodness that we can do with it. And I'd like to thank my team. Kevin and Brecky and Aaron and the guys, and then especially Eric. Top notch. So thank you, Jeff, for having us on. I look forward to working with you.
And look, I can almost put my toker on my face, and it looks like I'm the toker, But I'm not a midnight joker. Well, I am a midnight joker, And so I'm not going to sing my dirty song. It just popped into my head. Barnacle Ball's the sailor. So who's that knocking at your door? Said the young fair maiden. It's me, myself, and nobody else. So anyways, I won't go any further because that was a dirty song when I was a kid. So everybody get dirty. Your fingers on 420. Get sticky. It's 420. It will be 420 in a few hours. And be safe and be wonderful. And Trey, any final words?
No, just thanks for including me. Nice to get to know you, and look forward to getting to know you better.
And what's your dream on 420? It's 420.
Yeah, just the more people realize that what's been peddled is propaganda, and there are so many people to be healed, so many people to learn the truth, including a lot of kids, right? So if we can start talking to kids honestly about cannabis and stop trying to scare people, and then encourage them to fact check us, I think we'll be in a better.
If I hear you right, and I'm the Pee Wee Herman of Pod, let's do a little podcast for the children with responsible cannabis.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working on a free mini course to help people talk to their kids about cannabis, just from the perspective of parents.
Okay, that's the project I want in on.
Wow, Trey,
right.
yeah, I'm really proud of what you're doing. It's really neat to meet you. We're in the same state. It'd be nice to get to pick each other's brains a little bit about this.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
We're going to have a getaway at Justin's farm, and we're going to have a concert there. So we'll all get together. We have a farm in Sequim that has the largest restored barn in Western Washington, and he's cannabis friendly, and that's where I did all my weed photos for our drop. And so right before we end this, Eric, are you still on with final words, Eric?
Yeah, sorry, I'm already at the office here, so I got to make it quick. But I'm just I think that when we got HempFest, that getting back into the game here, we've been a long time advocate for trying to get people out of prison. I think that there's a way through our new crypto project to draw a lot more eyes and a lot more attention and a lot more funds to drawing awareness around people who are spending their lives in prison for a stupid plant. And
wait, it's not a stupid plant.
No, spending their lives in I'm sorry, for a beautiful plant.
Amen,
but,
amen.
Another thing though, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't see any HempFest yacht in our horizon. We're going to be all about delivering authentic, amazing community-based parties that raise awareness and get people out of prison, get people to vote more, and start making rational decisions around a fruitful, fragrant flower that we get to celebrate on this great day.
Well, and an old paradigm needs to be washed away. We have to remember, not forget, and we still have prisoners in jail.
And kind of how I look at it for HempFest is you got to take care of the mother plant, the one that started it all, the one that you get all your clippings from. You got to nurture it. You don't let it die. You keep it strong. So we got to keep HempFest going.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. We're going to support the HempFest project. So before we leave, everybody, my show doesn't matter what you think of an hour or hour and 15 minutes, but I'm going to show you what's in this glass tube, everybody. This is this is, if I can reach over here and put this up here, this is a beauty. This is a beauty, everybody. And it's a little dark in the studio here. Let's see if I can get some light on here. See if I can flip my light up here. Nope. Hang on. There we go. Okay, let's get some light on this baby. There we go. Look at that beauty. So that's a beauty, and that's what we're fighting for. Nobody should be in jail for that. And I'm going to show all of the people something that you're going to be very, very interested in. Right here, the trifecta, okay? So inside there is Colombian gold, and we grew that last season. There's some Colombian gold here. Guess what this one is? That one's Panama red, And I don't know how my buddy got the seeds, but we got a little bit left of each one. And at the end, I'll tell you which one I like the best. And what's that one? Can everybody see that one? That's Acapulco Gold, everybody. And there's still a little bit in that.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoop, 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 whoop. But you know what? Between the Panama, the Acapulco, the Colombian Gold was the only one that got the Bob Marley to be cranked on my audiophile system. So come over, you guys, from Crypto Cannabis. Hang out with us. We got places for you to live and stay. We're going to do our own event, a mini hemp fest here in Squim, and I'm going to show you one of my latest. I'm going to show everybody before I do the rollout here, and I think I got to everybody. I'm going to share my screen with you one more time, and I'm going to show you everybody my latest. This is the ode to Jerry Yulzman. It says, "Rest in peace, brother," and it says, "Ode to Jerry." He was 87 years old, and he did this kind of stuff in the darkroom, and I'm doing it now as the ode to him. I have a 1 series and a regular series. There's the black and white version, and we know now about the last sesh that I made, and that's a photograph. These are my photographs, and these are going to be all ready for consumption pretty soon as an NFT. So this is the photograph I wanted to share with you, everybody. That's our mama. That's the mother. And this is my new series here. So thank you, everybody. And then I'm going to go back to our beginning here, and we're going to roll it out, everybody. Happy 420, everybody. And let's see if we can give us a little sound vibration here. We're loving you up on 420, everybody. It's been a great show, and boom. Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Eichen with Weed Weedsday. Happy 420. It's the day that we've all been waiting for, and let's end Prohibition together. We are going to have a great Weed Weedsday today, and I'm so happy and proud that we are going to have freedom of choice finally in our hearts, our minds, and on 420 especially. And how did this magazine get incredibly weeded? And so now we have freedom of choice and even Devo. So HempFest was this weekend, and it was really great. And I'm really excited that we have hemp paper. Let's use it. Come on, everybody. It's important. I mean, come on. That document is on hemp paper. So, Hemp Hooray, have a great show today, and I'll see you in the metaverse.
America ended one type of prohibition. It's ending another. The majority of people now live in a state where cannabis is legal. As a multi-billion-dollar industry rises, our country is at a crossroads.
Cannabis is genuinely one of the most fascinating discussion topics I've ever seen because of how emotionally polarizing it is amongst people. And it's very strange because the entire field of cannabis science is very poorly developed. There's not been a lot of research, and there's a lot of things that we don't understand. And yet, what we have in society is groups of people that very fervently believe it is this panacea that can cure any disease that exists, or it's the devil's grass and it's going to cause the downfall of society. Not recognizing that the reality of cannabis is somewhere in the middle.
Incredible Hemp Hooray. So thank you so much, everybody. Hemp Hooray. It's 420, everybody, and we were so blessed to have a great show today, and we got all of our little sound effects here. Come on, I'm going through them all. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. We'll be back. We're in Washington State with the Crypto Cannabis Club now. And get ready for me, you guys. Get ready for Eric and for Hamfest and for more drops that are going to bop your head open, and just support us, because we're doing the good work. We're doing Jack's work. And everybody, I'm going to say out now, and love you up, Kevin, and love you up, Eric. The only ones left in the space here, and there's so much grace here. And all I can say is, here, give me a 3, Kev. Here, I don't have. So yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, okay. So I can do a thank you poster, and everybody stay safe and stay grace. And at 4:20 today, everybody's welcome to call me. Love you up, everybody. And there you go. You're on a green screen, Kevin. There you go. Hempfest hat. There you go. I got it. No. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. I got that same hat. So I got a pillow too. Did you get a pillow?
Yeah, I got a chance to win one.
Those pillows are overstuffed, man.
They're comfy though.
Yeah, they're comfy. Well, everybody, it's been a great show, and I can't. I don't want to leave. I want to stay here till 4:20, but I got other things to do. I've got some Panama Red to put in the pipe, and to go put some dirt out. And like I said, Artemis, we love you. She was my alchemist here in Port Townsend. We're sorry that you're no longer saying hi to me at the co-op, but I'll see you in my dreams, and I totally get it. And so I want everybody, whatever you're doing this lifetime, before you fall down and nobody finds you for 2 days and you're gone to the other side, get some people around you that are young and teach them what you know, because this lady brought African herbs to my town, and I don't know if she was teaching anybody that, but we still have our beautiful other alchemists here. And just remember, right there it is, everybody. Hempcrete and hemp. So, love you. Ooh, still smells good. So, love you, everybody. And don't forget to stay hydrated in your heart, in your mind, and in the NFT world. We're going to get at you with an NFT concert with 42,000 tickets. And Crypto Cannabis is going to be on the marquee. There you go. Smoke them if you got them. Go on and get a generated crypto on the secondary market. Believe me, if you spend a little bit of dough on that, they're going to get more valuable, and it's going to a good cause. But when you get to my drop, it's a social drop for the prisoners. So that's all I got for you today, everybody. I'm out. Kevin, love, and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, everybody. Hemp Hooray. Jeff Atkin signing out. 420.
Have a good one. Happy 420.
Hemp Hooray.